Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to My Life on a Budget. Y'all, today is Wednesday, June the 21st. Y'all already know how busy Wednesdays are, y'all. But I am super kind of behind or really trying to catch up, if you will. I'm always trying to catch up. Y'all already know. Oh my God. But I'm trying to catch up on my bill pay number 1 and number 2. Okay, Papa and I have already gotten paid. That was back on the 7th and the 8th, and your girl has not done the bill pay checklist. I paid the bills, but I didn't record it and update my stuff. Okay, so if y'all want to see how that goes, then stay tuned. Okay, so boom, y'all. If y'all stay tuned, then clearly that means you are interested in going ahead and seeing what bills your girl done already paid for the first half of the month. Before we get all up into that, let's get the pleasantries out the way. Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to any and all of my returning budget bays. I'm so glad y'all decided to come and chill with your girl. All right, and if you are new here, hey y'all, hey, welcome, and welcome. Okay, I'm so glad y'all stopped by. If you like it over here, don't forget to hit that like and hit that subscribe button. I would love to add you to the planner community, the budget bay community. Okay, I'm talking about the planner community. You're right, y'all. The budget bay community. It's the budget bay community, girl. Okay, that part. Okay, look. Okay, first things first, we got the pleasantries out the way, y'all. So let's talk about it, y'all. So today I am trying to just get some videos done. Honestly, I was going to be on some heavy editing mode today, but I changed my mind. I feel like I need to do some videos, and I may edit one video. I already have one that just dropped out today. And so that was I think it was my catch up with me video from last week. So if y'all didn't see that, hit the catch up with me video. I'll link it up in the cards for whenever this drops. Check out that video. Your girl was running her mouth, of course, about, I don't even remember what I was talking about, but y'all know how I go. Y'all know how I runs my mouth, y'all. So go check me out over there and catch up with me from last week. But today we are here to do the update our bill pay checklist, and make our little cute little 1-2s right here. I do have the bills that I paid already, my check and Papa's check, and then we're going to move that to the side. I am going to use this one for my check and then this one for Papa. We're going to be using the Pip Sticks Oh So Many Letters alphabet book for the words. And then, of course, I'm going to need my bill pay checklist. I have already set the bills I paid. And then I've also already updated this particular calendar as well as I paid it. You'll see it's been updated. But we're going to move this over to the side because we really just, I just need to kind of reference it because I haven't put not one bill for the month on here as paid, y'all. Not one bill. Do you hear me? Not one freaking bill. So it's looking very much so like, did you pay the bills this month or what's the situation? But yes, your girl has paid some bills. I am just late putting them down. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. Now, I need a red pen to write my stuff in. Y'all know I like to write my amounts in red. So we're going to use this big pen. I done went back to my big. But for the sake of writing, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my pen when I go to write my little bills that were actually paid. I think I'm going to write with this blue one for Papa. And let me see, can I find a Papa of color for mine? Let's use this pink. Y'all know I love a pink. I don't even know why I took that long to decide which one I'm going to use. I think I got this color up here already. Yeah, that's the same color. So I don't know why I went to my thing. Let me make sure it writes okay. Okay, so boom, y'all. We already got what we're going to write. We're going to write this for me in the pink. And then we'll write for this for Papa's situation, okay? So that's how that's going to be. And then we'll write red to fill this out. All right, let me go ahead and fast forward this, I guess, and then we'll talk about what was going on. Or before I leave, hopefully, first of all, let me do a little chit-chat, y'all. Y'all know I got to run my mouth. Y'all, how is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? I hope this video finds everybody doing well, y'all. Your girl is just trying to, push through at this point, y'all. I have been really in a mode because I was just don't know. I'm just feeling like I'm ready to go back to work. I'm out. I'm just bored, y'all. I really am just bored. And it's not like, Papa is pressing me to go back to work or anything, but I'm just really worried, if I'm honest about it, about like running out of money. It's all good when you're getting, when you have your money and stuff coming in, but I don't know. I don't want to struggle. And I just would prefer to be back at freaking work, y'all. So I don't know what is going on. I have started actively looking for positions again. Because y'all remember at first I was just really live on my housewife stuff. So I really wasn't even tripping on looking for no job, y'all. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I was housewifing it up. And I still am. But at the same time, for someone like me who's been working since she was 15 years old, it's not in me to, not work or just be a housewife. Like, be content with that. And no shade to anybody that's, a housewife. I would, if, honestly, let me tell you this. Let me just tell you this. If I could be a housewife and still maintain my lifestyle, I would love that. Now, that's very different. That's very different. If I could still live the life that I currently live or whatever, but be a housewife or have other streams of income that was very much so like you can be at home. Or even if I didn't have other streams of income, but we had plenty enough money to live the way we currently live with just one person, which is Papa taking care of the bills, then yes, y'all, I will be for it, because I could just live my life and focus on my businesses and stuff like that, especially my travel business. Like, because I really love traveling. But I was saying businesses because we also cook. It's so many things that I could be focused on if I was able to be a housewife like that. And for me, it's just kind of like, girl, you need to go back to work. That's how I'm feeling right now. Like, I am just feeling like I don't have a purpose. I need to be at work. That's just how I feel about it. Like, I am bored out of my mind. And I feel like if I wasn't bored, then maybe I would be okay. Because every day is not like I'm bored. I'm not bored every day. I can't even lie to y'all and like make it seem like every single day I'm bored. Because on the cool, if I'm really honest, it'd be stuff to do around here every day. Okay, this house has plenty of things that you could find to do, plenty of things that you didn't do last time that you can get to today. So it's very much so plenty of housework or, things around the house that I could be doing. Like, I'm currently washing right now. Like, there's always something that could be going on. But like, when I'm normally at work, I'll be washing too. So it's like I'm still handling the business that I would normally handle. It's not like, oh, you're a housewife now and now you're doing more, womanly duties or whatever. No, it's not like that. Like, I always cooked. I always, I probably didn't clean up as much stuff as I clean up now, especially as often, because I feel like if I keep track with it, then it won't be so hard for me to do it later. Like, by me waiting, having so busy with my schedule, and then I finally clean it, I feel like it takes me a long time to get stuff clean. And so that's just kind of how I feel about that. And I just didn't want, to have a situation where it's like, I don't know, y'all. Just keep me in prayer. Like, I'm just ready to go back to work, y'all. That's just the ins and outs of it. I really am just ready to go back to work. Like, I am just, I'm just ready. But at the same time, honestly, y'all, I don't want to rush into something that I'm not gonna like. That's the other thing, because my prayer to the Lord is that whatever position you put me in, I kind of want to stay there. You know what I mean? Because I'm older and I don't want to have to worry about, well, and not just saying that stuff can't happen, but I just feel like if I'm in a more stable field, if you will. Like, if it's not real estate, you know, maybe I could do something else. And then that way, when it comes down to like jobs being laid off, the economy being messed up, stuff like that, that really wouldn't affect me. Now, if the company, you know, has some stuff going on where they had to close or whatever, then, you know, yeah, that's different. I'm gonna use my budget book to put the bills. Okay, we're gonna use these icons. But anyway, so yeah, so you know, I just feel like I don't want to just have anything. You know, let me say that. I just don't want to. I know I'm complaining about work, and I know I'm complaining about like going back to work, but honestly, like you know, God has been really good to me. You know, to us, like to my family all together, and the fact that we've been okay. You know, and I'm at month almost. This is like the 6th month. This is like the 6th. It really would be like the 6th month next month, but technically we're in June, so I'm counting it all. But got laid off in January. Here we are in June, and I'm just now getting kind of stressy about the money because it's running out. But the same faith that I had at the beginning, you know, I need to have that same faith now, honestly, because it's like, you know, the Lord ain't left you yet, girlfriend. So don't feel like, and I'm just preaching to myself, of course, because I have to kind of give myself a pep talk. And, you know, it's just hard. It's just hard when you're used to, you know, doing certain things and you're used to not having to worry about funds or like a job or like if they're going to call you to tell you, oh, you know, we're closing down or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I just would prefer not to have to worry about that. And the unfortunate part about it is that this randomly happens, you know, every few years. So the last time that I've been in real estate for 25 years, you guys. I've been doing this since I was about 19 years old. And, actually, I probably was about 18 years old. So it's been like 23 years, almost 25 years. So, you know, I've seen this before, right? So in 2010, you know, when the market crashed in 2010, I don't know if anybody remembers. Leave me down in the comments if you remember, but we had like the recession going on. And I lost my job, and I didn't have a job for a year. A year, you guys. Now, mind you, in 2010, my first spouse passed away. So he passed away, and, you know, I was just going through the motions and stuff like that. So I just really was not here, if that makes sense. Like, I don't, you know, I was kind of just living life, but I wasn't really functioning on like being a responsible adult or, you know, anything. Like, I really didn't care about anything. Like, at that particular time, especially like in 2010, a lot of you guys, of course you don't know that about me because I've never like spoke about my whole life, but I used to be into like a lot of different things. And so back then I was like literally living the fast life, you know what I mean? And so the last thing I cared about was really like a job, because then it didn't really matter, but I needed a job, but it didn't really matter. At the same time, like I said, the first spouse had died. So it was just a transition for my girls and I, you know, and I was trying to get myself back together. But even then, the Lord allowed me to be off for like a year. Like a year. I was off for her whole year. And mind you, I was by myself, no spouse, right? I didn't even have any, the only money I had coming in, you guys, was literally from unemployment. And back then, I think unemployment was way cheaper. I think it was like $300 and something a week, or $400 and something. Whatever the max was back in 2010, that's how much I used to get. So it wasn't very much. It was like so freaking little like that. It's not even funny, y'all. But when I look back at that time, I was still able to pretty much do all the things that I normally would do. without going into grave detail. But whatever the stuff that I normally would do on top of taking care of my kids, because my kids were there. And by that time, I think my oldest baby was like in elementary or middle school, maybe middle school. And then my other baby, I think, was in elementary. So, yeah, your girl has been out there, right? And so I was just like, out living my life. I didn't really, I wasn't really tripping. But I said all that to say that the Lord was there for me then. And I wasn't even living right. That's what you call grace and mercy. Okay, that's what you call grace and mercy, baby. I was not even trying to do the right thing at that particular time, because like I told you guys, like, I did not care about anything except my girls, period, and getting what we needed in order to survive, But anything outside of that, y'all, I was not caring about anything. So I was just really out just living my life. And at the same time, the Lord was still like, girl, I'm going to put this hedge over you. I'm going to watch you. I'm going to protect you. Make sure don't nothing happen to you. You're not going to lose your house. I literally was living in an apartment, y'all, a townhouse. It was like a 4-bedroom townhouse in A-Leaf. If you guys know where A-Leaf is. Yeah. I knew nothing about this side of town, but it was able to take me, and it had enough space, because mind you, I was coming from a home. So when my first spouse died, I had to come from a home and go to an apartment with my girls, right? Because it was just like a lot of stuff going on. And then we had moved out. We had moved with my mom, and it just was horrible. And I ended up having to move out. So all I had was my unemployment, you guys. So I found an apartment locator, and they basically, found this place that moved us or whatever, and this is how much it was going to be. I don't even remember how much it was. Like, I think like $1,500, $1,400, something like that. I don't know. But whatever it was, I found myself like able to pay everything. I was able to pay everything. The only good thing was like I didn't have like a water bill, and only thing I had was like rent and lights. And I even think I had cable, y'all. I even think I had cable and internet, honestly. I really honestly feel like I still had cable and internet. But it was just crazy, because even during that time when I was just out living my life, just doing whatever I wanted, the Lord was still in the blessing business. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even like paying attention to my money. Like, when the money came, it went. Whatever I had to buy, I was very much so one of those girls that was like, okay, I need this, and this. I got money. This is what we buying. Not planning for, or let me take half of this money and put it for this. That way next month or next week when I get my money, or next 2 weeks, whatever, however it was we get paid, then I won't have to pay a whole big old lump sum. I could just pay this amount. I knew nothing about budgeting, y'all. Nothing about budgeting. And I really didn't care, honestly. So anyway, I was fine, and the Lord, like I said, the Lord blessed us, and we were okay. Like, I probably, if I had to struggle for my rent, I don't think it ever was a point where like I was gonna get put out or anything like that. Like, I'm not gonna say that like every month I was making sure I had my rent money, because really, honestly, a lot of that time I don't remember everything, but I know for a fact that I was not living on a budget. I know for a fact I wasn't living on a budget, but I was like kind of making sure, like, I wasn't overspending. I've never been one of those girls that's like, once I left my mom's house, y'all, I knew for a fact that I never wanted to come back. So when I left, I've always been like a very much so get up and go, get up, like hustle type of girl. And so I always wanted the money. I've always wanted the money. I've always been like that. Like, if something goes on when it comes to like working, and I want my own things, because I was very much so, I want my own, I want to run my own house. You know how when you think you're grown and you want to be grown, but your mama like, girl, you want to be grown? Get your own house. Why? I feel her. Okay? You want to be grown? Get your own house. That's how I felt about that, and I wanted to be grown. And at that time, my mama was making me pay for like my own everything. Hygiene, food. I had a car at 15. I had to pay my own car note at 15, my own insurance. Like, I was very much so. And at the time, I didn't understand why she was doing that to me. But as I grew older, I grew an appreciation for it because it taught me structure. It taught me the realization of how much things really cost. You know what I'm saying? And by me having to pay for that, every time I got my money, I always kept in mind, like, do you need deodorant? Do you need a new toothbrush? Do you need toothpaste? Do you have floss? What's going on? Do you have your stuff to wash? Do you have this? You know, like, I always in my mind have been that type of girl. You know? So for me, I didn't understand it. Of course, when you're 15, you don't understand, like, why is this lady making me buy my own stuff? That's very much so where I was about it, y'all. I was very much so, why is she making me buy my own stuff? It's very weird. I don't get it. And it's crazy that your mom would do that to you. That's kind of what I was on, right? But when I got older, I was able to appreciate, and not even when I got that much older either, because I've always been, like, kind of mature too. That's the other thing. Like, I can see things, especially since I had kids too. It's like, girl, you needed that structure, because if you're going to leave at 17 years old, you guys got to remember, I left my mom's house at 17 years old. The only time I had to return, when I returned back to my mom's house, was, like I said, when my first spouse died, and it was horrible. But what it taught me was just that you've outgrown living with someone, and that's okay. You've outgrown living with someone, and you need to just have your own space. Even if you gotta, like, buckle down and you gotta, you know, do whatever it is you gotta do. That's just how my mind frame was, especially after that experience. You know, and we're not going to go all into that, of course. But whatever the situation was, it just really taught me a lesson that, you know, no matter what you do, girl, you need to make sure you have your bills intact so that nobody can put you out of your home, or that you don't have to worry about, oh, I can't pay the rent, I can't pay the mortgage, or whatever. At that time, I didn't even have a mortgage. I was paying rent. So, yeah, that lesson just kind of put a lot of things in me, though, to let me know that, girl, you got to get serious about your budget. You know? And so that's when it all started. So all of that, I'm saying all of that, and I'm about to go on because I have talked this whole video, y'all. And y'all know I normally don't be talking this whole video. We're at 23 minutes. But hopefully, I mean, it's my truth, and it is what it is. Those that, you know, appreciate the real me, this is really the real me. So this is what this channel is going to be about. It's not going to be fake and shake. You know, everything is not always hunky-dory. You know what I mean? And so I've lived a really full life in my 41 years. And I'm still living, right? So anyway, I was saying all that to say about that really taught me that, you know, you need to buckle down on your budget and know that it's you and those girls. And you got to have enough gumption to not spend all your money. And so that was the light bulb moment. That was the light bulb moment. When I was going through, I didn't see it, right? You don't see what's going through. You're just like, what is going on? Why would this person be acting like this? Or what is happening here, right? But at the same time, if I didn't go through that, I feel like I wouldn't have gotten serious about my budget. And since I was used to living so fast, I would have always been seeking that fast retribution. And it wouldn't have I wouldn't have been able to get to where I am right now. So anyway, all right. So, and that's with the blessing of the Lord. So with all that said, God is good, and keep me in prayer. And that's just it. You know, I want to go back to work, but I'm prayerful for certain things at the same time. And so maybe that's my halt. Like, don't just go do anything. You know, you can't do anything. But anyway, all right. So y'all, let's talk about it now. I've already written down my bills. I wrote what I did for my first check, and then we wrote what Papa did. As y'all can see, it's pretty short because remember, we have a little bit of bills at the beginning of the month just because our mortgage is due. All right, but let's talk about what was already paid with that last check, and that's going to be our AAA. Let's make sure you guys can see. Yeah. All right, so that's going to be our AAA service. That AAA service was already due. That was due on the 7th, okay? So we've already paid that. So we're going to put $12.16 right there. And then my Netflix bill has already been paid as well. That bill came out on the 13th. So that bill was $16.77. All right, that's been paid. Now we're here to the check that we received, okay? Now, with my particular check, remember, you guys, I told you that last month started our first pay to our plane tickets for Barbados. I ended up going and doing that payment thing or whatever through online for my Barbados tickets instead of paying them up front. That way, you know, it kind of save us some money. I just ended up adding it as a bill, you guys. So that's what we're going to do, okay? So I paid the plane ticket. That plane ticket has already come out. That amount was $214.71, okay? We're going to mark that. Also, my travel agent fee was paid as well. That amount is going to be $69.95. And then finally, with my Google storage, that amount was paid $2.12. Okay, so those are the bills that I paid out of my check when I received my check. And then let's move on over to Papa. Okay, now Papa got paid, and remember, our mortgage is due. So we paid our mortgage, so $26.51. Then we had our life insurance. Yeah, so life insurance number one, our life insurance number one policy, that's the policy for my daughters and I. That's $35.63. So we're going to mark that as done. Navy Federal, I already paid them, and so I didn't have a payment for them. But I'm not going to mark it through because I think depending on when Papa gets paid tomorrow when I do our bills, if I have anything extra, I feel like I'm going to put it in that Navy Federal. So we're going to just leave that open for now, okay? Diavia also should have paid her car note by now. And so we're going to skip that because I need to verify it. So those are those two spaces, okay? Now then, Papa got his haircut and we got the lawn services done, all right? So that brings us to where we are. We're about to be getting paid. Actually, I got paid today, and I did some bills today. All right. So these two spaces are already taken up because, like I said, Navy Federal, they don't have a required payment that's due. So I didn't pay anything yet, but I feel like if I have some extra, I will. And then Dejanay's car note, I just need to verify how much those are paid, and then we'll check those two off. So when we come back to do the next one, we should know about these bills, and I'll tell you what they are. All right. And now we're down here to here. All right. And I've actually paid some of these bills already, but we're not going to talk about them in this particular video. Okay. Now that is it, and that is all for this video though. So I guess it's not that bad that I ran my mouth for the most part of the video. Because the second part didn't take that long, y'all. The second part did not take that long. So let me show y'all what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right here to my tab where we are. This is where we currently are. But I don't need to go to my tab. I actually need to go to these dates. We got paid on 6/7. So we're going to look for the date of 6/7. That's right here. And since I got paid, I'm going to put this right here at the top. Actually, I'm going to put it at the bottom since it's the 7th. Okay, that's Wednesday. So put that there right in front of our to-do list, okay? Then on the back part of it, on the 8th, since Papa got paid right here on the first part of this week, we're going to just drop it in there at the beginning. And that it's no rhyme or reason for that. I just like the contrast of the pages. So that's why that looks like that, okay? Then we're going to go to the back, and we're going to put back our bill pay checklist. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to save any money yet for that first part of the check, but I did save money for this one that we got paid. So we will be filling this out the next time that we do our bill pay checklist for number 3 and check number 4. Okay? So, but yeah, but we're going to put the bill pay checklist right here for now. And of course, these particular bills are going to go over here that they've been paid as well. You know, it's just always a recalculation of what's going on, okay? If you made it to the end of the video, thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate you for coming to my TED Talk. No, I'm just playing, y'all, but I definitely appreciate those who made it through or that, you know, listen. Feel free to leave me a comment in in the comments concerning the talk. If you made it through that, I really, really appreciate you guys listening to me, or whatever case may be. You just never know who or what type of life a person has. So it is what it is. Hopefully it helps someone. But anyways, listen, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. If you liked it, please go ahead and give it a like. If you are new here, not only give it a like, but also give me a subscribe. I would love to help you over here in a budget community. And until next time, you guys, my life on a budget. Bye.